Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of On Campus. We're here at the SCSN studio in the library at Solano Community College. My name is Cade Manor, and I have the privilege to be joined by Solano softball player Angelia Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me today, Angelia.
Thank you for having me.
So for starters, I'd like to ask you a little bit about your background, how you first fell in love with softball, your time at American Canyon, and how you ended up here at Solano.
Okay. Yeah, so I started playing softball when I was 7. I played soccer before that, and it was kind of just one of those things where I was young and I seen some kids at the park playing, and it was like, I want to do that. So ever since then, I've been playing and been in love with the sport. My time at American Canyon was pretty good. It's a really good school. Unfortunately, my seasons were actually cut short due to the first year, COVID, of course, took over first and second year, and came back my junior year, but unfortunately injured myself, so that took away my senior year.
Yeah, I mentioned, you've been playing softball for like so long now. It might feel a little bit weird that you didn't have much play time your senior season because of your injury, but also this season because Solano didn't have a season. Their coach kind of just dipped, took all the players. So, how have you and the players, been keeping busy and, keeping yourselves prepared for the next season with, no game action going on?
Yeah, honestly, we just been practicing this whole time. We practice 5 days a week out there, just getting our reps in, preparing ourselves for next season.
Yeah, so while you've been training, I'm sure you've learned a little bit about the new coach that's going to be coming in for Solano and a little bit about your teammates. So tell us a little bit about them.
Some of the girls that we picked up are legit. I played with them in high school, and I see them, around and like on Instagram and stuff, posting their highlights. They seem legit. With our coaches, our new coach, Erica, she's great. She's amazing. Love her.
Yeah, so, I think that's great. You already have some chemistry with some of your teammates, from high school. So tell us about the transition, by the way, from high school to college. What are some things that have been easy about that transition, and then also some things that have been difficult?
I feel like all around it's the same thing, especially as a student athlete, having that time management and discipline, I would say, with your schoolwork. It's very important. I really put an emphasis on school and grades this year, as it's just a different ballgame in college.
Yeah, no, time management can definitely be stressful, especially as a student athlete.
Definitely, with traveling and everything.
Going to all the away games, making sure that I got to get this final in, but then I also got practice, later tonight. So it's definitely a lot to handle. But this next upcoming season, what are you looking forward to most, like this upcoming softball season?
I would say game days, just having a team, game days, that game day feel,
Yes, I can definitely relate to that because it has been a while since you've been able to experience a game day. So finally, I want to close this out. What are really your plans, for the future? Is softball, is that in your future? Your education, maybe transferring to another 4-year. What do you want to do after Solano?
Yeah, well, I'm actually majoring in sports medicine to hopefully become an athletic trainer. So that's for my future, but I do still want to play softball and transfer to a 4-year.
That's awesome. Yeah, so then the major, sticking with the sports, that's really cool.
Definitely.
Going into something you love is really, important, I feel like, because, you want to do something, for fun, which I feel like is like the most important thing, something that you're committed to. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. That's going to do it from us here in the SCSN studio. Thank you for watching On Campus. My name is Cade Manor, once again, joined by Angelia Rodriguez, and we'll see you guys next time.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my 3rd year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
on-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.